Here's the good news. Yes, Rev Heat's a sponsor, but that's cool. Let's get to the chase. So there's an element tonight that's been missing. So I want to take you back to a time. So if you think about, for those of you who are old enough, I want you to think about September of 2000. Do you know where you were? New York City. I can tell you where I was. It was September of 2000. I was standing in my corner office as a 28-year-old, successful, in the Camelback Esplanade in Phoenix, Arizona. When you look out over it, what you would see is you saw this beautiful view, Camelback Mountain. It's the perfect time of year in Phoenix because the temperatures are dropping. You're not sweating like you normally do, and it's just serene. You see how green Phoenix can be even though it's a desert? But going through this, I can tell you the problem I had was the only thing I was thinking about was I wondered what it would take to actually blast my way through my office windows and jump. I was trying to figure out every day I woke up. And I woke up and I was like, I'd go and I'd stand in my office. And for those of you who don't understand what was happening, the market was crashing back then, just like it did in 2008. Right? I watched the NASDAQ lose 50% of its value in the course of 9 months, and I lost everything I had with a 1-year-old daughter. I'd gone through this silly thing where I'd started thinking that I thought that people owed me, or that I felt that, like, the world and the universe actually, I deserved something from them. And so ultimately what happened was this. I go through that period. The good news is I didn't actually find a way to break through those double pane windows on the 11th story. Fast forward, I own a business. The next business I bought was in 2006. Anybody remember 2008? Y'all seen that? I am the king of shit timing. Like, from a business perspective, I have made some dumbass moves. So here's the deal. So 2008, that happens. 2011 comes. And in 2011, if you've seen me with Ron L on Business and Bourbon, what you'll notice is that we talked very candidly about the fact that I filed bankruptcy in 2011. So here's what I'm here to tell you. The lessons that I've learned so you don't have to go through it. And the lessons that I've learned come down to the following ideas. There's a lack of personal accountability and responsibility we take in creating our own future. So I'm going to give you a process that I use to figure out where to put your emotional energy and how to take care of yourself to create the future that you want. So how many people have you ever caught yourself, so Suzanne sitting in the front row, have you ever caught yourself wanting somebody else to change in order for you to be happy? Anyone show of hands? Who's wished somebody else would get better so they'd stop being a pain in your ass? Okay? So that's one. For how many of you did that actually work? Right? It doesn't. So when I talked to you about a process, we call this being in the circle or my 3-foot rule. What I learned in those lessons was that where I push my emotional energy is where the problems lay. Like, if I don't protect my emotional energy, we can talk about protecting your time and we can talk about these things, but you must protect your emotional energy. So here's my thing, and it's a real quick rule, and I think this will be very helpful. So I have this thing where I spread my arms apart, and then I turn in a circle, and I call that my 3-foot radius. Now I'm being generous, okay, because I'm obviously wider than 3 feet. But I call that my 3-foot circle. And what's the point of this? The point of this is that when you find that, here's the deal. I will put zero emotional energy into anything that I can't actually contribute a change to. I'm not going to wait on somebody else to make me happy. I'm going to control the existence and the things that I do in my life based upon where can I exert influence. And too much what I see, so let's tie this into enterprise sales so I can stop before they kick me off the stage, is this. How many people here are in a sales position or any position that you have a commission or some sort of variable compensation, or you're an entrepreneur? How many of you have ever waited on marketing to give you the right stuff? How many of you realize marketing will never give you the right stuff? Stand up. I'm just waiting for the preach. So there we go. So there's the issue. So what I'm telling you is this. You're waiting on other people, and the issue is you're not exerting control over the things you can control. What I do and what we talk about with our teams and why this matters so much to somebody who's living a life that is based upon some sort of compensation is due to your performance. The energy that you put into stuff you cannot control is robbing you of your future. So what I want you to do when you leave here is I want you to think about this simple concept. If I were to put my arms out and spin around, is the thing that I'm worried about something I can change or exercise control over? Because the truth is, when you say no, it's just information. Just let it go. Because what I'm telling you right now is you can have a killer 2023 if you stop waiting for marketing and you stop waiting for the people and you stop waiting for the thing and you go, you know what, today, I can do this. Take control of your futures, take control of your careers, and I promise you, this advice will work for you. Thank you, I'm Ken.